from the file or when you write a data into the file. So basically we have to deal with the character sequence. Okay. And if you want to read the data, in that case also you have to read in a character sequence. So if you manipulate such type of data, so it is difficult to manipulate. And if a specific pattern you want to store into the file, then we don't have any way rather than a character sequence, right? So for that manipulation, if you want to make it easy, then we have another approach, that object serialization. So you can persist a state of object permanently into the file. That means you can directly write an object into the file. For example, uh, suppose I give you the application that write a code for student information system, write a data, that is student data, into the file. So how you will write? So normally you will take a name of a student, roll number, marks, and you will write. And how you will read it? Again, you will read the name, marks, and name, marks, and the roll number. So suppose 100 records are stored into the file, and then later on I want to read that data. I want to modify a particular entity or delete a particular entity. So in that case, it is a difficult to manipulate it, because the when you write a data, so it will write first roll number, then name and marks, the roll number, name and marks, roll number, name and marks. Likewise, 100 entries are there, 100 lines are there, and there you have to maintain at least one comma separated value or space separated value or any token separated value into the file, and that sequence you have to maintain it. If suppose roll, name, and marks, this is a one object, if you consider this is one object, and that object suppose I will write into the file, and when I read a data, then in that case also, suppose you read the data in the form of objects. So maintaining the object is easy rather than maintaining the character data, right? So in that case, it is known as object serialization. So you are maintaining the state of the object. So that is available in your C++ as well as it is available in Java, C Sharp, and it is more useful approach. So object serialization means converting your data into the binary data so as it be able to transfer it over the network and then retrieve it back to its original form. On the other hand, and you can do that in other hand using deserialization. So serialization is you are writing a data into the file in the form of object, and deserialization means you read the data in the form of object from the file, and then if you want to display the data, we have to reverse that object. That is a deserialization process. So serialized object represents the type of data stored in the object, its information, and object serialization is the process where you can read and write an entire object to the file or from the file. So one sample example is available here. Look, so first you are including the headers. So fstream is included, and class employee is available. So class employee having all public data members, string name, ID, salary, and there is a method available accept data. All data member as well as a method in a class is a public. So initially assume it is a public. Now go to the main method. In the main method, employee one object is created and employee one dot accept data is called. That means for employee one object, name, ID, and salary, these three data members are initialized with the help of user inputs. Later on, the file handling code starts. Now it is having a file name is employee.txt. It's a normal file, and then write object is created. That is your OAP-stream object, or you can create AppStream object. So AppStream out file is created. This is object. Then file is open using open function, and the name of the file is considered as a that is your uh, string format. So file.c string, and then mode of the file is used. It is written, write mode, then binary mode, and then append the mode, that is the end of the file. We have to append the data. So mode of the file is used. Very important, you look object dot write, inside that character pointer is used, and that character pointer basically is used with the ampersand of employee1, that is basically object of employee class, right? So here we are doing the serialization, so we are writing employee object directly inside the file. So we are converting employee object into the character pointer, and that character pointer is passed to the write method. And the size of employee object we have calculated as a second parameter, size of employee. Size of employee means it is a size of complete your class, that is a employee object. So basically it's a size of all, sum of all data members. So in that line number 24, basically you are writing the employee object into the file directly, and then we are closing the file. So this is how we write a data. The line number 24 is nothing but it's a serialization process. We are writing a data in the form of object into the file. In a previous example, the write function is used to simply write a character data. Here we are writing an object. So this is a serialization, object serialization. The reverse process is object deserialization. So this is the homework to you. You refer this example. Here we serialization is performed. You have to perform the deserialization. Deserialization means you have to now read the data from the file. Whatever you will read, that is a complete line, is nothing but your object of employee. That object you have to convert, that is from the using deserialization process, and then we have to print on a screen. If the multiple objects are written into the file, there we have to use while loop and read the complete data. Are you getting? So this is the simple example for write. You have to go with the read the data from the file using object serialization. So this is the homework for you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.